They say baking is about measurements, but building a successful baking business is about courage, consistency, and character. Hello and welcome to The Edge, the show where we spotlight the minds turning ideas into impact. Today's episode is sweet, literally, but make no mistakes, this is serious business. My guest is Chioma Mbama, founder and CEO of Chips' Oven, an Abuja-based cake and pastry brand that has grown from passion in the kitchen to a trusted name in celebration and confectionery. This is not just a story about cakes. It's a story about discipline, growth, and building a business that rises even when the heat is on.
Hello everyone, my name is Chioma Mbama, CEO of Chips' Oven, and you're watching The Edge.
Every great business begins with a simple question: what problem can I solve and who can I serve? For Chioma, it started with a great love for baking, but passion alone doesn't pay bills. In this segment, we'll explore how Chips' Oven moved from a startup to an enterprise, identifying demand, understanding customers, and deciding when a passion deserves structure.
First, I got married and I had my first child, and my grandma used to bake. My mom's mom used to bake, and she did for a living. But I was never the baker in the house. I didn't have any interest, to be honest. I just loved art. And when I got married, I was home one day and my sister called me and said, "Oh, turn on Discovery Channel. I want you to watch Cake Boss," you know. And I'm like, she's like, just watch it, you know. I'm like, okay. So I turned on the TV and tuned in, and I was in shock what they were making, and I'm like, wow, I've never seen things like this before. I was fascinated, and I told myself, Chioma, you know what, this is the type of cake you're going to make. And when my husband then came back and I explained to him that I want to go into cake making, at first he laughed because where is this coming from? But I'm like, not the normal cake making you guys know. I want to go into advanced cake making. And I showed him like another clip from Cake Boss. I was like, suit yourself, but you have to learn this. And he told me I would support you in any way I can. And I went to discuss with my family. And that's how I started going for classes. And that's how I became Chips' Oven. I'm the kind of person that I believe in my faith, in God. So if I'm doing anything, I first pray about it. I first look for directions about it. And I don't like to fail. Being that, if you know me from uni days, I have always been that kind of girl. Like, I love fashion, I love good things of life. So I cannot see myself entering cake and failing. No. I literally worked very hard for it. Like, I literally went to a lot of school for it. Like, I didn't even know in the cake world you have to go to school to learn. It was when I started learning and getting into it, I started going for advanced classes around the world, and I realized, oh, this thing, the more you do it, the better you become. So when I first came into Abuja, what I noticed is a lot of people, because the Northerners like really fluffy, soft cakes. So a lot of people were good with buttercream. A lot of people were good with like cupcakes and all of that. So at first, I won't lie to you, I planned to do a cupcake shop. Like, okay, let me just go with the flow, since everybody, this is what they like here and everything. And my support system that year told me, no way, you're gonna go bigger. Because honestly speaking, I'm the kind of person that I'm very content with whatever I do, but I knew something was missing. I knew I needed to give Abuja something. So I'm like, okay, instead of doing buttercream cakes, I can do fondant cakes that tastes as good as, and bring the art in here, in which till today, we don't do as much artwork like people from the South. The Northerners don't do as much, to be honest with you. But I needed to stand out in my business. I had to go learn the fondant work to the fullest. And a lot of people say, oh, she's good with fondant. So if you want a beautiful, well-decorated cake that tastes as good as, those buttercream cakes, use Chipsy. So that's when I started filling in that void in Abuja. I was very intentional. Anywhere, any sitting I sit at, I want to talk to you about my business. I want to tell you what I do for a living. I want you to perceive it as something very important. So I started doing catering, dessert catering. I go for events. I changed my own narrative. Like, I would have a beautiful setup corner with my roll-up banner for you to know where it's coming from. Thanks to social media, you now post the job. You can tag the planner that used you, or the planner when they're posting the job, they tag you. Then I still used to go out for sales, like till tomorrow. If you tell me there's a public sale, if I can attend, I will attend with my brand. So far, I'm very intentional about how I sell my business. Whenever I look back at the early days, I cried a lot. I cried a lot because, I didn't have a mentor for this business in the beginning. So I had to figure out a lot of things by myself. I did have teachers, but I didn't have someone that I was always calling every day, like, oh, this happened, that happened. I told you I hate to fail. The day a cake fell and I didn't get my balance in the beginning of my business. I think that was the day I sat down and told myself, you can't continue like this. You have to enter this business with everything you have. And that was the day my business changed. My mindset shifted. I told myself, you're in it to win it. And God has been very kind.
Already an interesting journey so far, but let's pause the story and talk numbers, because passion without profit is pressure. This is your Money Minute, where we break down the business behind the brand. Money Minute is up next. Behind every beautiful cake is a business owner dealing with costs, consistency, and customers. From sourcing ingredients in the volatile economy to meeting deadlines, scaling production, and maintaining quality, the grind is real. Let's talk about what it truly takes to stay profitable in Nigeria's food business ecosystem, and how Chioma has kept Chipsy's oven standing strong in a very competitive market.
Oh God, it has to be the price, and still we're working on a price list. We're going to make out to the public, so whenever you call us or WhatsApp us or DM us for a price, we just send you the prices and you go through the prices. And this is what match. Already 4 prices up. So that means suppliers are all increasing also, because whenever fuel goes up in Nigeria, everything else is affected. So now we can't even release that old price list we just made in January. We have to make another one, because when suppliers increase, price increase, then your customers be like, you're not being consistent, but it's not my fault. It's the economy will find ourselves. So I think that's the most challenging thing. Pricing in this economy has been very difficult for us. So over the years, I've trained like a team to have structure. So we have our recipes. No matter where I learn in the world, I come back and teach. So we have our recipes. So you cannot bake, no matter who you are, you're working for us, you cannot bake what you feel like baking. You have to go with the recipes that have been provided for you, the measurement that has been provided for you. Then when we're working on the cakes, over the years, because of the professional things we've been doing in Chipsy's oven, we can tell when a cake baked well or not. So looking at the cake, I can say, oh, this cake, they didn't bake it well, please remove it from the table. Then if the clients should ever complain, you must replace that cake. it's just a roll in chips oven. If you're like, oh no, I just want you to know this one, no matter how small. Because the truth about it, we don't just want to bake, it's an experience. We want you to remember why you came to us. So that's how we've been able to balance for now. Maybe in the future, something else may change, but for now, that's how we've been able to balance it. I would have been among those that would say staff are something in this industry. They are. But I've just been blessed that I've had some people that have worked with me for 12 years. Yes, I've had someone that's worked with me for over 8 or 9 years. Yes. So I've had the ones that have come and gone. But you see, there's something about my type of business. We go learn and come back and teach. So if you used to work for me 5 years ago and I taught you everything I thought I knew then, every year I go for upgrade class. So every year something good change. So whatever I taught you 5 years ago, this year I'm going to learn again and bring it back to the business. So we always want to be the best version of ourselves. So it's not the same thing you learned 5 years ago that I'm still teaching right now. So the workers come, workers go. I keep telling my workers, I'm not hell-bent on signing anything to be with me forever. If you want to go, please just give me time to train someone else, then you can go. And people poach them too and say, oh, we heard you're working for Chips Oven, come work with us, come work with our team. And a lot of people don't understand I'm the brain behind Chips Oven. So whether this worker comes, this worker goes, the business still stands. I cry a lot. No, crying a lot, like I'm a very emotional person. So I had to learn how to push my emotions out of my business because it was getting the best part of me. Sometime last year, just when I say last year, I'm talking about November or is it October, just last year here. We did 3 wedding cakes. We're done with these wedding cakes. We called the delivery. Yeah. Driver with the staff, please go and drop because we have to plan weekends. We have to plan like where drop-ups are and all of that. And the next thing, barely less than 20 minutes into their journey to go drop off, I'm trying to hurry up to go set up, I get a call from my staff. Mama crying on the phone. I'm like, okay, what's going on? She's like, a car swapped. All the cakes are damaged. 3 wedding cakes. And as a boss in the business, you have to put yourself together because you have to put the team together. And I said, oh, it's not a problem. I'm so sorry that happened. Hope nobody was hurt. Hope nobody, bring everything back. I'm there speaking English. Inside me, I've died. I'm like, what? And, you have to hold it together, like bring everybody in back to the table, condition their minds that we'll meet up. And truly, we did meet up. Yeah, we were a bit late because planners are calling, guests, the people who have paid us are calling, where's our cake and everything. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, an accident happened, but we're bringing it now. And when they saw their cakes, some of them were so pissed, but they saw their cakes, they calmed down, they're happier, And it was my responsibility to let them know why there was a delay because I don't want that to be my name, and all of that. And when I sent them the video of the accident, in fact, they started calling me to tell me, well done, we're so sorry, we shouted at you, and that kind of thing. But at the end of that day, I went to my room and I cried like a baby because I was tired. Sometimes you're so tired from inside that you just tell yourself, I'm done with this business. I can't even do this. The insult I received today, But the thing is, I'm working out of passion. I woke up in the morning and it felt like yesterday never happened. I didn't even know when I woke up in the morning, getting ready, I have a delivery to make this morning. When I was making the delivery in the morning, I started laughing at myself like, wasn't you crying last night that you're done with this business? So I just think, for me, caking is not just about the figures. It comes from within. It's passion. I love what I do for a living. Whenever I do it, there's this joy and fulfillment it gives me. So every day I tell myself I'm done with this business. But when I sleep and wake up in the morning, I'm back at the business. I found caking in a time where I was most heartbroken in my life. And I was fixing myself into something I love to do. So no matter how burnt out I am, the worst thing that'll happen, I'll tell myself, take 1 week off work. So I can leave everything, but that doesn't mean I've left the office will still be running, and I would go and rest for like a week, come back refreshed. and I'll still go back to that cake. As in, you know, when they tell you leave that thing that is hurting, it's a relationship. I would go back to the cake because it's my happy place, to be honest. I don't think anywhere else makes me as happy as when I'm working. I love to work.
Every episode of The Edge leaves us with a thought worth sitting with. Let's bring you that thought right now as we take you straight to our Edge quote for today. In a crowded market, skill gets you noticed, but systems keep you relevant. What sets Chipsy's Oven apart? Is it branding, customer experience, consistency, or adaptability? In this segment, we uncover the edge, the deliberate choices that help this brand stand out and stay trusted. Edge Factor is up next.
Edge Factor. It has to be me now, Chipsy. It has to be me because, let me be honest with you. I know Abuja has, right now in Abuja, not when I started, right now in Abuja, we have a lot of beautiful bakers that are celebrated every day, you know. But whenever a cake leaves Chipsy's Oven, it leaves with, like I said, an experience, a memory, not just the taste alone. So a lot of times people tell me, Choma, do this. And I always put I always go an extra mile for the client. Even if you send me a picture, I try to make it my own story also. Like I tell him, I know you sent this picture for us to replicate, but please, can I do this and add this here? I feel it to be better. So I always make every cake personal. Cake, a lot of people don't know, cake is art. Cake is about you, your interpretation. Even if my staff should work on a cake, if I see that cake, there's something that I want to say, can I please I actually say please because I don't want to offend them, like making them feel like they didn't do enough. The truth about it is how I interpret a cake is different from the next person. So that's why I said the edge is because I am Chipsy. Yes, that is the edge. Not just because we give beautiful, amazing cakes, it's because I am Chipsy. Yes, that's the edge. Chipsy with God, yes, that's the edge. That's the edge. There's something about when you work on an order. Okay, let me give you an instance where, like, you get invited to come as a guest to an event. And the same people that invited you as a guest to that event are paying you for a job to do the cake or do the dessert for the event. Now, my type of person, I would not even think of being your guest first. My whole mindset is to finish up that job. At least if you see me in events with apron, you understand she's working, do you understand? Now, you have to be disciplined in the sense that you have to tell yourself, remove the social life from the CEO life or from the business life. So the friends I've kept over the years, they understand that if you pay Choma for a job, you may not even see her on that day. Maybe you just see her in the hall because she's going to be working on that job. Then structure. I just told you I've been so lucky that I've had someone who has like two experts, two of them, they've been with me for so many years. And they help me look at the new ones that come into Chipsy's Oven, whether they're good, they're bad, or ugly. They're the ones that tell me this, because I can't, to be honest with you, I can't do all those restructuring without them, to be honest, for now. If you're not disciplined in this business, you get tired. Because a lot of people don't know, cake business takes a lot of man hours. We can decorate a cake for 3 days, no sleep, no rest until we're done. So if you're not disciplined, if you don't have passion for it, no matter the amount they want to pay, nothing is worth your sleep. But it is what it is when you love the job. There's something I do at the end of every year. My friends have jokingly called it bribery and corruption, but it's not bribery. I don't take my clients for a joke. I treat them like kings and queens, and they know this. Now, I look through the year and see the ones that have sustained my business, because my customers have trusted me over the years with their money, with their celebration, and I've always delivered. So I always have a way of saying thank you back to them. Every December, we have a gift hamper we used to say thank you to our VVIPs. Now, these VVIPs is not because of their whoever they are in the real world. No, it's because they helped my business grow that year. They ordered from us, they referred us, they took our business like it's their business. So I cannot tell them every day, thank you, just with mouth. So I make beautiful hampers and send it to them and say thank you. If you get a hamper from your baker, won't you use her again next year? Obviously. So I think delivering good jobs and saying thank you to them has kept them with us over the years.
Before we bring you the concluding part of our conversation with Chioma, here's today's Edge tip, and it is for anyone building from the kitchen to the top. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens by intention. What does the future hold for Chipsy's Oven? Expansion, training, product diversification, or deeper brand positioning? Let's look ahead and talk vision, sustainability, and what it really means to build a legacy brand in Nigeria's food industry.
I've always wanted to retire a teacher. During the summer, yes, I teach kids. I normally used to teach adults. Like if you check my page, I've taught a whole of 5,000 women before with men. I've taught a whole of hundreds, seminars I invite you to come and be a facilitator and all of that. I've hosted private classes, but I just realized I love to teach. I love to impact. So I want to retire a teacher in this business, but that's still far, because I'm still a young girl, that's still far, But in the next 5 years, I'm going to have a school of my own by the grace of God. A very standard cooking school that people can come and learn, be it housewives, be it women that are just playing with their time, be it women that have interest for this, be it young girls, whoever. But I like to first go with younger kids. Every summer, I don't miss it. I have summer classes where I train people. So in the next 5 years, I'm not even about the business. The business is going to grow. Chipsy is here for a long time. Please, all of you in Abuja know that. So we're here for a long time. But I would love to have a center where I can impact in lives. Because when I started doing this business, a lot of people looked down on it. A lot of people thought it was a cake. But now, if you're talking to me as Chipsy's Oven. You're still talking to me, it's cake. So if God has blessed me, I can be this right now. I can also impact some people to be this and even better. When I travel for cake shows abroad, and I see women in their 70s teaching. Now they're not teaching because they need the money. They're teaching because it's keeping them alive. That's what I want to do. So yes, impact, yes, legacy, yes, but I also want to be alive till the end. I don't want to stop doing what I love most. So that's one of the reasons why I want to retire a teacher. When I started, I used to hear, take it one step at a time, but I didn't understand it. But now, looking back, I wish I actually took it one step at a time. It's a process. You would also sit on that high table, but you have to work on yourself. Don't believe in connections and all of that. It's good, but the only thing that can sustain it is if you're good at what you do. So work on yourself, learn the craft, learn the business, go to school if you must. Take it one step at a time. And the moment you are sure of yourself, the business will come and you can sustain it. Because if the business comes and you're not prepared, you can't sustain it. Then learn to love whatever you're doing. Forget the figures. If you do not love what you do, you cannot give the best of what you can. So I would tell you, take it one step at a time and love what you do. And thirdly, pray about every decision. Trust God. He would lead you and direct you. I think that's what I would advise anyone getting into anything creative, your next journey in life. That's the advice I'll have for them. Yes, I do have regrets, but I don't live by regrets. I just take it as lessons. I did sacrifice so much for people when I was doing this, and I wish I put myself first. But it's not a regret though. It's a lesson learned, because the older you get, the wiser you become. So I'm learning how to live in the moment.
It's almost time to go, but you can connect with us by using the details coming up on your screen right now. From ovens to opportunities, today's story reminds us that growth is intentional and success is baked daily. Thank you so much to Chairman Bama for sharing your story with us. This has been The Edge, where ideas meet execution. Until next time, we're up on your screen with another idea turned impact. Stay bold, stay inspired, stay on the edge. My name is Tochi Eputa. Take care and keep living your dream. Join us next time. Bye for now.